Satnam, I'm Yogigems. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher. Any time of day is great to practice Kundalini yoga, whether it's in the morning or the evening, it's up to you. However, the very best time of day is in those very early hours just before sunrise. It's known as the Amrit vela, and it's a very special, sweet and tender time of day to enter our spiritual practice. Of course, I realize that not everyone is willing to wake up before sunrise, but I do encourage you to try it just once. It holds such a sweet, nourishing space for us to go really deep into our meditation. And today's Kundalini Yoga Kriya is known as the meditation for sunrise. Although it's very much a physical Kriya, it takes us to that sweet meditational space. And it's great to do if you don't wake up before those early hours of the morning too. It uses the mantra Satnam, which as Kundalini yogis we hold very close to our heart. Satnam resonates our truth, it resonates our authenticity. So this Kundalini Yoga Kriya is all about bringing us into that space of our truth so we can enter each day shining in our brightest authentic self. Let's bring our palms together, give them a good vigorous rub. And bring your prayer mudra in towards the heart center. Take a deep inhale as you stretch tall through the spine. And exhale to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to lift through the heart. And exhale to draw the chin in towards the neck. Let's take a deep inhale to tune in with our mantras. If you're new to the mantras, just listen in for now. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Siddhi Gurudeve Name. Take a deep inhale. Holding that breath in as you invite your higher self to guide you through this Kundalini Yoga Kriya, keeping you safe from injury and keeping the space that you're practicing in clear and protected. And exhaling, relaxing the hands down to the knees in Gyan Mudra, touching index fingers to thumbs, and just allowing those mantras to settle in the body, settle in the mind, bringing you into presence for your Kundalini Yoga. Good, so we're going to start with a lovely energizing pranayam, ego eradicator. So tops of fingers onto tops of palms, thumbs up mudra, thumbs plug right up into the higher self. And we hold this posture with a breath of fire. So breath of fire is our panting breath through the nose. And if it's too strong for your practice today, just bring it down to a long, slow, deep breath. Keep the eyes locked into the third eye point in the center of the brow. And imagine yourself held here in a ball of light, of radiance, holding the space with those extended arms, those thumbs up. Shining your true light. Take a deep inhale as you bring the thumbs to touch above the head. Hold that breath in as you squeeze Mulban. So you're squeezing anus and sex organs, you're pulling the navel in, you're extending your fingers up and out, and you're drawing that energy up the spine, up the arms, up into the fingertips, up and out into the electromagnetic field. Hold it, squeeze it, stretch up and extend that light. And exhale, relax the hands all the way down to the earth, grounding that light with the fingertips resting on the floor. Staying present with that light around the body, radiating your truth. Inhale deep. Exhale fully. Good. Now we're going to come to sitting in rock pose on the heels, unless that's too much for your heels and your ankles, your knees, in which case stay in easy pose. Hands are on the thighs or on the knees. And we're going to be inhaling the heart forward, exhaling, arching the spine back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. And we're moving with a nice rhythm, fast rhythm. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Forward, back. Forward, back. And as we move, we're going to be mentally vibrating the mantra Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Keeping this mantra inside, you're not chanting it out loud, you're breathing with the movement as you mentally vibrate. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Move generously through the spine. Open yourself up to the front and the back, and keep the eyes fixed at the third eye point in the center of the brow. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Keep the navel in, specifically if you struggle with lower back issues, just to protect the spine as you move. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. We're moving the vibrations of this mantra through every cell of our being into an experience of our Sat Nam, an experience of our truth. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Come into the center, deep inhale. Hold that breath in as you squeeze tight through Mulbanj. Draw that energy up through the spine. You're pulling up with the pelvic floor, in with the navel, driving that energy up to Sahasrara chakra at the crown of the head. Hold it, squeeze it, lift. And exhale, relax, release. Take a moment here just to allow those energies to integrate through the body. Anchoring Sat Nam in every cell of your being. Inhale deep. Exhale fully. Good. Now if you're in easy pose, come into rock pose. We're going to come over into baby pose and specifically into Gur Pranam. So we've got our forehead resting on the floor. We've got our arms extended out ahead with our palms together. And if your forehead doesn't quite reach the floor, stack some pillows and pop your forehead on the pillows. And in this posture, we're going to be chanting the mantra. Sat Nam, 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 nam. Keep chanting. Sat, nam. Sat, nam. Sat, nam. Sat, nam. Sat, nam. Sat, nam. Take a deep inhale. Hold that breath, hold your Gur Pranam. Squeezing Mulband, so you're drawing that energy up the spine to the crown of the head. Hold it, squeeze it. And exhale, relax and release. Now we're going to extend our thumbs upwards in our Gur Pranam. And on the Sat, we're going to bring our forehead to touch the thumbs, so the thumbs touch the third eye point. And on the Nam, we sit back. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Chanting as you move. Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Forward, back, forward, back. Third eye, back. Third eye, back. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat, Nam. Come onto the hips again in your Gur Pranam. Take a deep inhale. Hold that breath in as you squeeze Mulband again. Draw that energy up through the spine, up along to the crown of the head. Hold it, squeeze. And exhale, relax and release. And just take a moment here, either with the arms extended up above, you can relax them out of Gur Pranam if you wish, turning the palms to face up to receive, or you can rest them alongside the body, however you feel, just for a few moments, just to allow those mantras, those movements to integrate, to bring that Sat Nam into your body. Inhale deep. Exhale freely. Good. We'll bring our hands underneath our shoulders now. And we're going to come back to sitting on our rock pose. And I encourage you to stay here unless it's too uncomfortable. Of course, then come to easy pose. But it's much easier to bow when you're sitting in rock pose. On the Sat, we bring the forehead to the floor. On the Nam, we come back up to sitting. So it's Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, forward, up, bow down, up, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. If the forehead doesn't quite reach the floor, that's fine, just continue with your rhythm. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Bowing down to that truth of your being, the truth of your soul. And of course, our Sat Nam is our divine essence. It's our whole beingness of divinity. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. We are all sparks of the divine. Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. And sometimes in this crazy life we may forget that divinity of our true self. We may forget that we are sparks of that divine light. And this Sat Nam, this bowing, bringing us home to that divine light. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Take a deep inhale up here. Hold that breath in as you squeeze Mulband, driving that energy up through the spine, up into the crown of the head, drawing it upwards, hold it, squeeze. And exhale, relax, release. Stay sitting on your heels unless you feel very uncomfortable here, in which case come into your easy pose. Just take a moment to allow those mantras and those movements and those breaths to settle in the body. Deep inhale and exhale fully. Good. Now we're going to come to sitting in our comfortable easy pose. If you're not there already, we're moving into a mantra. If you struggle with this mantra, I'm putting the words up on the screen, then do your best. Just mumble along as best you can. We're going to be chanting with this kind of clapping motion. And these words are describing the 8 qualities of the divine. Gobinde, Mukhande, Udare, Apari, Hariam, Karyam, Nirname, Akame, 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 Gobinde, Mukhande, Udare, Apare, 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 Hariam, Karyam, Nirname, Akame. Bring the hands together in prayer mudra. Take a deep inhale. Hold that breath in as you squeeze Mulband. Drive that energy up through Shushumna, the central channel of the spine, that energy highway to the crown of the head, elevating yourself. Lift yourself up. Hold it and squeeze. And exhale, relax and release the hands to the knees in Gyan Mudra. And just rest here in stillness and in silence, just feeling that light of your truth, that light of your being in every cell, shining with your Sat Nam, shining with those 8 qualities of the divine. Staying present bearing witness to the extraordinary light of your being. And if you prefer, come to lying flat on your back just for a minute or so longer. And if you want to continue staying in meditation, just resting here, giving yourself permission to just be, to bask in your beingness. And if you're resting on your back in Shavasana, gently starting to make your way to come all the way back up to sitting. With the sit bones anchored firmly to the earth. The spine growing tall from the back of the pelvis. The shoulders relaxed, heart lifting, chin tucking in, and the eyes rolled up and into third eye point. Let's bring our palms together in prayer mudra, and we'll close this practice with Sat Nam, taking a deep inhale to chant. Nam, bowing your chin to your chest, offering your gratitude to your body, your mind, your breath for bringing you to this Kundalini Yoga, and sending that gratitude out into your life for all that you are and all that you are becoming. And coming back into the room whenever you feel ready. Sat Nam, I'm Yogigems. I hope you enjoyed this morning practice. Again, if it's not in the Amrit vela, if it's just at the morning time, just when the sun is rising or just after sunrise, that's totally fine as well. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it brings all the light to your day ahead. If you did like it, please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you would like to see more. I always love to hear about your experiences in the comments, so please do let me know. And of course, always my biggest heartfelt thanks to those who support me through YouTube Super Thanks and through coffee. So many hugs to each of you. You know who you are. Sat Nam, lots of love.